I want to welcome everybody to Life Extension's webinar series. This is for all of you who couldn't make the original webinar, so we recorded a special one just for you. My name is Dr. Michael Smith, and today we're going to talk about the science of weight loss. And specifically, we're going to talk about how to attack body fat. Now, of course, all of the information that I present, it is not intended to diagnose, treat, prevent, or cure disease. And please speak with your doctor before starting any diet and exercise program. And one other thing, in case you're not too familiar with Life Extension, we're a unique company in this industry. We are based in science, or what some people refer to as evidence-based supplementation, evidence-based nutrients. All of the suggestions I'm going to make today are based on good, hardcore, rigorous science. And you can always count on that from Life Extension. Now, the question really is, does the world really need another diet? It's kind of crazy out there. Eat pasta, don't eat pasta. Eat high fat, eat low fat. And I'll be honest with you, it's getting very complex. There are some new theories out there about what kind of carbs and hormones and all this stuff. It's crazy. So what we want to do in this webinar for you guys is kind of simplify it. Kind of give you just a few steps that you can work on that will help you attack body fat. And so the question now becomes, is there something that all diet plans have in common? And the answer is yes. If you really want to break it down to the core essence of all diets, the basics of all diets, it comes down to this: a simple mathematical equation. Your weight is determined by calories in, what you're eating, minus calories out, what you burn through exercise and your metabolic rate. Obviously, we want to take in less and burn more. When you take in less and burn more, that develops what is called a calorie deficit. And a calorie deficit is the only way to lose weight. All of these other fancy theories out there and all these other nutrients you might try to take, what they're really trying to do is help you live in a daily calorie deficit where you're taking in less, burning more. Now here's a really good weight loss rule. It's called the 250-250 rule. It works. Eat 250 fewer calories every day. Burn 250 calories every day. If you do that, that produces a daily calorie deficit of 500. Do that 7 days a week, and that produces a weekly calorie deficit, you can see it there on the screen, of 3,500. That's a magic number because 3,500, 1 pound of weight loss. The 250-250 weight loss rule, if you follow it, can provide you with 1 pound of weight loss per week. And it's safe, lasting, healthy weight loss. No fancy diets. No crazy different types of carbs and calorie counting that's just off the chart. It's simple. Cut out half your bread servings and do some water aerobics. I like the elliptical trainer for about 30-40 minutes. That burns 250 calories. It's a simple approach. It simplifies your approach to attacking body fat. So really what we're going to talk about then today are nutrients that essentially support what? A daily calorie deficit. As you're following the 250-250 weight loss rule, you can use some of the nutrients that I'm going to suggest that will help to deepen that calorie deficit, to sustain that calorie deficit. And so the secret really comes down to understanding the science behind weight loss, the science behind calorie deficits, and really the science behind a naturally thin person. You know, a naturally thin person does 3 things really well. Number 1, they burn fat well. Number 2, they have a great balance of these brain chemicals called neurotransmitters. Yeah, your brain's important in all this. Your brain runs everything. So having the appropriate neurotransmitters, these messengers in your brain, is critical to weight loss. Thirdly, a naturally thin person has a nice balance of hormones throughout their body. Testosterones, the estrogens, they're all balanced together. Now, we could do a whole seminar on the brain and the hormones. What we're going to focus on today is burning fat, the science of that. And there's really 3 steps to the biology of burning fat, of attacking body fat. Number one is to restore insulin sensitivity. Number two, down here, is to control carbohydrate absorption. And then number three is to increase your resting metabolic rate. What's interesting, notice that that two of the three steps here to attacking body fat, to burn fat like that thin person, the science behind it, has to do with sugar. Insulin and carbs have to do with blood sugar. I thought, you might be thinking, Dr. Smith, I thought this was attack body fat, not attack sugar, body sugar. Well, blood sugar has a direct link to body fat. It's pretty simple. Blood sugar, which comes from all of your carbs, is there for energy for your body. That's why your body likes sugar. It makes that the brain loves simple sugars. It's how it functions. But if you don't use that sugar right away for energy, the body then does what with it? It doesn't waste it. Instead, it stores it. And the best way to store energy, whether it's coming from sugar or not, the best way to store energy in the body is in the form of fat. So any excess sugar, if you're not burning it, you're storing it. And you're storing it as body fat. That's the connection. So burning or attacking body fat is related to how well your body manages sugar. It's an important connection. Now, at this point in the webinar, we took some questions and comments and some concerns. One of the things I do want to address again, obviously weight loss is a complicated issue. As I said before, hormones are involved, neurotransmitters are involved. There are different types of carbs and calories. There's glycemic load, there's glycemic index. I mean, it gets complicated. And I'm not to say that those aren't important topics to discuss, but it's not the point of this webinar. What we're trying to do is to take all of this crazy stuff and bring it down. Bring it down to something you can manage. And that's what the 250 weight loss rule does for you, by the way. It helps you take all of this stuff and manage it. And all of the suggestions we're about to get into enhance that 250 weight loss rule. These nutrients we're going to talk about enhance the development of a calorie deficit. It helps you sustain a calorie deficit. We're trying to simplify it because, gosh, we all know we need simple steps today. So let's get right into it. The 3 steps, the first one for attacking body fat was restore insulin sensitivity. Insulin is the hormone that helps glucose go from your bloodstream into your cells where it belongs to make energy. So you eat some sugar, it goes into your gut. From your gut, it goes into your bloodstream. Now, in order for that sugar to be useful to your body, it needs to get inside the cells. That's what insulin does. But if insulin doesn't work right, if your body becomes resistant to insulin, and that happens as we get older, you start to mismanage sugar. And that causes more development of body fat. So restoring insulin sensitivity is a key step in managing sugar better. And remember, sugar's connected to body fat. 3 suggestions: vanadyl sulfate, lipoic acid, and this amazing West African plant, Ervingia gabonensis. Again, why is this important? Sugar's related to body fat. Remember that simple connection.